I'm David Sudeck. I'm a senior attorney with Global Hospitality Group, Jeffrey Mangels, Butler & Mitchell. We're here at the 2015 Meet the Money Conference, which is the 25th annual Meet the Money Conference. I'm here with Jack Westergom, Managing Director of Manhattan Hospitality Advisors. Welcome.
Thank you.
So you tell me, how many times have you been to the Meet the Money Conference? You're
25.
Right. 25 years.
Absolutely.
So perfect attendance record, aspirational.
I wouldn't miss it for anything. It's one of the best conferences in the industry today.
Thank you. We appreciate your participation. You're always
Thank you.
Incredibly valuable and informative. Tell me about Manhattan Hospitality Advisors, where you've come from, where you think you're going, and today's marketplace.
Sure. The company started 20 years ago. Prior to that, I had worked for a lot of the major brands as a chief development officer, VP of marketing, senior VP of marketing for a couple international companies. Owned my own management company a couple downturns ago, many downturns ago. 1988 to 1993. Had gotten to the point in my life where I had built hotels, operated hotels, and worked on a lot of different hotels for other folks. Decided I wanted to spread my wings, start out on my own, and apply the knowledge I had gained in the first 15 years I'd been in the business to my own company. And I've been doing this for 20 years and have done a lot of exciting things with you and your firm, JMBM.
We appreciate that.
Thank you.
So in terms of the services you offer, asset management, of course. Tell us what else you've been...
We've asset managed about $8 billion of hotels, mostly luxury, upscale, high-end boutique, everything from a number of Four Seasons hotels, Ritz-Carltons, Rosewoods, and so forth. And then we've also done a lot of hotels. This hotel in particular, this 802-room Sheraton, is one of ours that we asset manage for our Chinese client.
And you undertook the feasibility in connection with the acquisition as well? We
did. We do, a lot of our work comes from doing due diligence on assets, much of which we also happen to do with JMBM, which we like working with. We think we make a great team, you on the legal side, and our work on the more pragmatic operational side of it. We also help build hotels as the owner's rep, which we kind of look at as asset management, but instead of asset managing an existing hotel, we're managing the asset during the construction process to make sure that when it does open, it'll be profitable.
So are you actually putting together the pro formas, or is that the role of the management company?
We do everything from put together the pro forma, work with folks like yourself on helping craft the operating agreement,
yes,
which basically is the roadmap to success
for
a hotel.
And value.
Incredible value, and as I think, I'm not sure if it was you or Jim said, that a great hotel management agreement can probably add about 25% of the value to an asset, and I'm a firm believer in that. It certainly gives you the ground rules for how you're going to operate with both the operator and the owner. And we do everything on as owner's rep from write the program that the architect takes to construct the hotel. We help put together the team, engage the operator, engage the architect, interior designer, all the way down to the hardware consultant, and then manage the development process through it.
And you've been working internationally, correct?
Correct. We've worked on hotel assets in 20 different countries and about 26 different states throughout the United States. We currently have development projects that we're working on, a new one and only in Sicily, a new one and only in north of Punta Mita in Mexico. And we also have a bunch of domestic projects that we're working on as project manager, owner's rep. The Hyatt just up the street is one of our projects. We've got a $60 million renovation, taking a 53-year-old hotel and breathing life back into it again, and like creating a newer, more upscale property that will be more in tune with today's traveler.
Interesting. So full range of services. You have a team,
right,
who I've enjoyed working with. So tell me, what are your expansion goals? Where do you see 2016 and beyond?
We sort of change and adapt depending
Yes.
on the real estate cycle. When you've been in the business as long as I have, over 30 years, you seen many real estate cycles come and go. So we can sort of time things, but excuse me, it's a good time to be in the business right now. It's a lot of new build, a lot of renovation work during the downturn and downturn periods. We work more on distressed assets, on helping to create value, and that's sort of what we adjust to. But I'm thinking that the real estate cycle probably has another 2.5 years of good life in it right now before the economy takes hold and things get a little bit gloomier.
Interesting. Give me a sense as to the different types of clients you're representing as well. I know that for some of my clients, they've been new to the industry. You've really held their hand through acquisition, feasibility, asset management, all services, but you also represent some fairly large, more institutional owners.
Sure, it's interesting. I think about 55% of our clients are first-time hotel owners or developers, folks that are highly successful in other real estate types,
Sure.
that for one reason or another have decided to expand into the hospitality arena and have done so, and then engage our company's services to help guide them through the process and avoid the pitfalls and minefields that you would encounter along the way. And then we have more institutional clients like Michael Dell's, MSD Capital,
Sure.
and companies like Amalgamated Bank that do institutional work, and we help them in the process. Many of our clients, kind of what I like, one of my favorite phrases is that many of our clients could afford to hire anybody, but they hire us because I'd like to think that we're smaller, nimble than many of our other direct competitors. And because of that, they also like to deal with the principals. I see a lot of that in you personally, where you take a personal interest in your clients, and they greatly appreciate that and don't get relegated to second and third level attorneys as they do at other hospitality law firms.
I think we both hope to be an extension of the team.
Absolutely.
And by the way, the feedback I've gotten is consistently good, so we appreciate
Well, that's great.
the support you've given us in all
That's
aspects. Yeah, one more question about RFPs. I know you frequently work with us to run an RFP. Can you give our audience a sense as to what is the RFP process in connection with the hotel management agreement, and what's the value in that?
Sure. We do an RFP process, which is request for proposal. We do that actually for lots of disciplines in our practice. We do that everything from when we're assembling a team to help build hotels or renovate hotels. When we're doing an RFP for an operator, we like doing that as opposed to just going out to one or two operators. It creates a sense of contest, a sense of competition between the operators, which usually generate better terms for the end user, which is ultimately the developer. We're currently working one on Costa Rica that we have just taken up to an exciting point.
Excellent.
Where we have narrowed it down to two operating companies. They are going to be visiting the site within the next month. And at that point, I believe they're going to be, not believe, I know our client has expressed an interest in then engaging you and your firm
very nice.
to take that process through and work with us to come up with a successful operating agreement that they can then use and help build a hotel.
We've had a very collaborative relationship with respect to hotel management agreants, and
Absolutely.
getting your market insight has been.
And I like actually working with you in particular. There are lots of attorneys in our industry that spend an awful lot of time trying to negotiate terms that are exceptionally difficult to get, often don't get, and in fact take up a lot of time and cause the client to spend a lot of money on without an end result. what I like about working with you and your team in particular is that you know exactly what to go after to come up with the best terms for that particular project at that particular time.
Thank you very
Not
much.
a lot of wasted effort, and more importantly, you end up with a management agreement that benefits both is a win-win for the client, the owner, as well as for the brand. I think you and I share the same belief that the best agreement is one that both parties can walk away from
Yes.
saying that this is a pretty good deal for both of us.
That's right.
And that's why I like working with you.
Appreciate that, Jack. Anything else you want to share with our audience?
I don't think so, other than I'm happy to be here today.
Thank you.
Hope to be here for the next 25 years.
Yes.
And if I was, I'll probably be in a rocker or wheelchair. But in the process,
We'll roll you in.
there you go.
anytime.
As long as I've got two beautiful ladies pushing,
That's right.
pushing a wheelchair. But very much appreciate the opportunity to share some thoughts
Thank
with
you.
you.
Really
And
appreciate it.
hope you and I get a chance to work together on lots of projects.
Of course. Thanks, Jack.
Okay.